Caitlin Clark injury absence causes WNBA All-Star ticket price plummet. While there's still a lot of excitement headed into the 2025 WNBA All-Star weekend festivities, much of this hype simmered down once Indiana Fever star guard Caitlin Clark announced on July 17th that she'd be unable to compete in the three-point contest and the All-Star game, given a groin injury she suffered against the Connecticut Sun earlier this week. This would have been a tough blow if the All-Star weekend was at any WNBA arena, given how big of a superstar Clark is and how many of her fans flock to games both home and away. But this weekend, taking place at the Fever's Gainbridge Fieldhouse arena, makes the situation even more unfortunate. And it's not just the on-court product that suffers without number 22. The entire weekend's economic opportunities have felt the fallout. This was conveyed with a July 18th X post from NBA Central that wrote, "The get-in price for the WNBA All-Star Game in Indianapolis has dropped 48%, from $121 to just $64, after news broke that Caitlin Clark won't be playing." These numbers are confirmed by TickPick's website, currently having the All-Star Game's get-in ticket price as $64. And a July 16th article from Front Office Sports, which was posted before Clark announced she'd be sitting out, was $121. That same Front Office Sports article also noted that the average purchase price for Saturday's game, $262, which was the highest in WNBA All-Star Game history, according to TickPick's records. Alas, that average price has surely also plummeted. While Clark will still be on the sidelines on Saturday, this is a lot less compelling for the women's basketball world than if she were on the court. The summer sky above Phoenix was supposed to shimmer with the electricity of a rising empire. The 2025 WNBA All-Star Weekend was expected to be historic, sold-out arenas, dazzling displays of athleticism, and above all, the radiant centerpiece, Caitlin Clark. But then, a single sentence from the Indiana Fever medical team changed everything. Caitlin Clark will be unavailable for the WNBA All-Star festivities due to a groin injury. The ripple was immediate. The news didn't just affect lineups or strategy. It sent shockwaves through fans, vendors, the secondary ticket market, and even local economies. Overnight, tickets that had been selling at record highs plummeted in price. It was the latest and perhaps most glaring example of the Caitlin Clark effect. The hype machine before the fall. Leading up to the All-Star weekend, ticket prices were scorching hot. Clark's presence, confirmed weeks before the event, had driven sales to unprecedented levels. On resale platforms, nosebleed seats were listed for over $120, while courtside passes rivaled NBA prices. Hotels near the arena were fully booked, and merchandise featuring Clark's name sold out within hours of release. She was to headline the three-point contest, serve as a starting guard for Team WNBA, and take part in several fan interaction panels. Even those who had never watched a WNBA game had circled the date. Clark wasn't just a player, she was an experience. The announcement that froze the market. When the Indiana Fever released the injury update 3 days before the All-Star events, it felt like time stood still. Clark had been nursing a groin injury after a hard-fought battle against the Connecticut Sun, but fans hoped it was precautionary. It wasn't. By sunset, the effect was brutal and clear. Ticket prices dropped by more than 40% on resale sites. Entire blocks of tickets once sold out reappeared online. Refund requests surged, especially from out-of-state fans who had booked the trip solely for her. The dream weekend had lost its lead actress. The empty seat next to stardom. Inside the arena, the physical void left by Clark was palpable. Her jersey still hung in the team shop. A poster of her remained in the players' tunnel. But her seat on the bench was empty, a silent reminder of how quickly sports narratives can shift. The remaining stars, Breanna Stewart, Aya Wilson, Jewel Lloyd, did their best to carry the moment. And they were brilliant, but even they acknowledged that something was missing. "She brings a new crowd, a new energy," Wilson said in the post-game presser. "And when she's not here, you feel it, not just on the court, but in the air." The business behind the injury. Clark's influence transcends basketball. She has redefined how the WNBA is perceived, especially by mainstream audiences. The league saw a 215% increase in viewership since her debut, and the Fever's road games became traveling circuses of fandom and flashbulbs. This all-star dip exposed the financial dependency, perhaps overdependency, on her appeal. Restaurants had stocked up in anticipation. Lyft drivers saw their bookings decline the moment the news broke. Street vendors selling Clark-themed items watched sales dry up like puddles in the desert sun. Even networks felt the pinch. The expected ratings boost from casual Clark fans tuning in vanished, replaced with a smaller, though still passionate, audience. A city left wondering. Phoenix had gone all in on the All-Star buzz. Murals were painted, parades were planned, and events had been tailored with Clark in mind, from Clark and coffee meetups to shot-like Caitlin fan zones for kids. But without her, the city's investment returned far less than promised. "It's not her fault," said Aria Mendoza, a local cafe owner who had stocked a special Caitlin Clark latte blend. "Injuries happen, but she was the gravity pulling everything together. Now we're just floating." The resilience of the game. Yet, for all the disappointment, something beautiful happened too. With Clark absent, the spotlight diffused. Fans who came for her discovered others, like Sabrina Ionescu dropping deep threes, or rookie Rikia Jackson dazzling with fearless drives. There were standing ovations for players who had long stood in the shadows. The All-Star game still delivered. It reminded everyone that while Clark may be the spark, the fire of the WNBA is built on many flames. Clark's quiet message. On Instagram, Caitlin posted a photo of her iced leg resting on a couch, her fever hoodie tucked around her. The caption read, "Gutted to miss it, but I'll be cheering from home. This league is in great hands tonight." It was liked over 2 million times.